I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Uh-oh. I missed the music. Guys. Welcome.
I can hear the music.
90 Day Fiance, before the 90 days, the after show on AfterBuzz TV. There is so much going on, guys. I can't keep up with it. I'm one of your hosts, Linda Antwi, and I'm joined by the lovely, I call her Brie, but Brianna, and you know her from 90 Day News Daily.
Yes. Hi, everyone. I haven't been able to get to 90 Day News Daily as of late. Just been really busy over here at AfterBuzz, making sure everything's going. But I swear to you guys, I'm staying on top of everything. 90 Day Daily will come back.
I love it. Overall thoughts, Brie?
I think I kind of expressed it to Linda a little bit before this, but honestly, there's parts I really am still liking about the season, but then there's just like a lot of stories that I'm feeling because of all the leaks that we've gotten, or because like the Yolanda storyline, for example, because of just how long it's being drawn out, I'm kind of getting a little bit bored. I still love the show, and I still love certain storylines, we're getting certain scenes, but it just feels like we're really drawing some of these storylines out, and I wish we could kind of get there faster.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you. I think that there have been a lot of leaks this season, like even down to this last hour where we see that Usman has done this live interview and he's basically saying, I was trapped into this relationship, didn't want to be in it. He wants babies, all of this stuff. And I was just like, oh, so I can already foresee the ending, and we already know, and we'll get to it in news and gossip, but we already know the end of their story. So there's been a lot of leaks for sure.
Yeah.
I want to say shout out to Ashley. She's not here today because it's her birthday. She's celebrating. So happy birthday, Ashley.
Happy birthday.
And we're missing 14. Alex and Stacy as well, and they will be back next week. Let's jump into Varya and Geoffrey. So we got Geoffrey, who came clean last week, stayed at a hotel because Varya needed some time to just digest him being a convict. And then they meet in the morning, and she basically well, I want to forgive you, but your past may destroy my future, our future, and he's like, well, I've got a graduate degree, I've got a successful life, this is all behind me, so I just really need you to forgive me. And she does. And then we meet her brother Sergi, I think it is, and the mom, and Geoffrey has to come clean. And you know what I thought was interesting, Brie, was the fact that he didn't really want another man there. He was kind of like, oh, I didn't know the brother was coming.
Yeah.
Almost like a control thing.
Did you notice the first thing he said was, is he going to fight me?
Exactly.
Yeah, what did you think about the fact that she wanted him to come clean to her mother and brother in that moment? Do you feel like that was, I don't know, maybe it's because of the language barrier, because it had to go through her, it just seemed a little weird.
I thought because she's so close to her family that she hasn't brought any other dude over, so she wanted to be like, hey, you know what, if you guys hear this or see this somewhere else, I want to make sure that I was the one that told you. So I got that part. I also got that the mom and the brother were not having it. They were just not having it at all.
I think I just would have wished that, I think that it just made it so extra awkward that it was him telling them, but then her having to translate it, and then them saying to her, but then she wasn't translating really what they were saying back to him.
Yeah. The fact that is, oh, this fairy tale, I knew there was something wrong with him, I knew it, all of that. She didn't say all of that. And then I thought it was awkward when the mom called her over and the whole family's doing a huddle.
That's it. It's just it was so awkward.
Yeah, they were protecting her and the family from this monster. That's how it seemed. And he's just sitting there because she hadn't translated any of the other stuff.
Yeah, and it's not like I felt bad for him, obviously, because he should have told her this a long time ago. He should have told her this before he even got to Russia. But I just it's like when you watch The Office and there's just moments where you're cringing. I felt like I
Yeah.
was like, it was hard for me to watch it. I was just like kind of cringy the entire time.
Yeah, it was really bad. And then when the mom was like, I don't want you to go to America, and Varya was trying to say, oh, yeah, people change. And then she had mentioned earlier how in Russia there's a saying that people don't change. And then the brother said the same thing. I was like, oh, he kind of has no chance here because
Yeah.
they're basically like, no.
Yeah, because they were already against her going to America from the get-go. And
Hmm.
then on top of it, now you've added this. So it's like last week the mom was asking, "Can I trust you?" And he had a difficult time answering it, and now he's answered it for her because she 100% does not trust him. Um, and I just like wonder where do we feel like this is gonna go from this point? She seems so close to their family. I don't understand. Like, she didn't say guidelines. So what's the end result here? Is she still thinking like, no matter what my family says, I've forgiven you, or is it, my family says no, so no? And we didn't really get that this episode. We just got the
Yeah.
little cradling at the end. So I'm kind of intrigued as to what this all means for the relationship moving forward.
Agreed. Agreed. And especially because, yeah, he came clean about his criminal behavior with the drugs, but he has a whole slew of
Yeah.
other stuff
And that's what
that
the chat is saying too. The,
was not addressed, right?
yeah.
So,
The chat's like, that's not the only secret. Mega Blue Shifty Eyes said, that's not the only secret you're keeping. Fess up.
yeah, so, I mean, you can say one thing, but what happens when she finds out the rest? Because she's going to find out the rest, right? So, we'll see. This couple, I don't know. I don't know, guys. Let us know in the live chat if you think that they're going to actually make it all the way through because the signs, there are a lot of red flags. Let's move on to Ericka and Stephanie. These two
Oh,
for me
God.
were hard to watch as well. Like from the get go, I don't know what's going on, but like the catty fighting nonstop is like irritating. Like if I was in Australia, and I don't know if it's because I travel a lot or I traveled a lot before all this happened. But like go and do some stuff if you're not getting along. But we
Yeah.
see them arguing. Uh, Stephanie doesn't trust her enough to have sex, which I thought was an interesting thing for her to say because you trust her enough to come fly halfway across the world. But okay. And then Ericka comes back because they had fought. She stayed away over the night and she came back with flowers as a peace offering. And they're going to meet and try to resolve their unresolved issues. But what I think is interesting about this couple is that they fight about the same like three things all the time. So we're fighting about affection, and you're not giving me affection, and I'm not getting affection, and you don't feel comfortable with it, and then you don't trust me. And then they fight about Stephanie not trusting Ericka. So then that's a whole thing. And then honestly, the last thing is jealousy. I think that Stephanie has a big jealousy issue from her
Mm-hmm.
past, and she's projecting it to Ericka and can't kind of get past it. So Steph talks about how she's been lied to by her exes in the past, how she's been controlling, and she likes to control situations so that she doesn't get hurt. And I feel like that's the whole problem. Like you're trying to control every single move here. And you met this girl online and you presented yourself one way, happy go lucky, like free and open, like sharing with your body, all of this stuff. And then you come out and in her own words, sorry if I seem like a prude. Well,
Yeah.
that's not who you were online, right? So
Yeah,
that's not
I'm
who you
interested
met.
about their conversations before this because part of me is like, did you guys never talk about, sexually where you guys were before you came out to Australia? It seems like that would have been a conversation you would have had. Like, oh, I can't wait to kiss you. I can't wait to, like when you're in a relationship with someone,
Yeah.
that stuff you talk about usually. So I agree. Like, I'm a little more Team Ericka on this, but I still feel like both of them are not handling the situation well at all. Stephanie obviously can't let things go. And she obviously has this jealousy factor that she needs to take care of. Like, I thought it was like such a huge, like my mind was like, oh my God, she's finally getting there when she said it out loud. Like, I have trust issues and I feel like I need to control situations. I was like, oh my God, like she's but it wasn't then a realization of this is how I am and I need to stop. It was like, this is a realization of what I am and you need to accept this about me. but she
Yeah.
doesn't want to accept anything about Ericka's lifestyle. So it's frustrating because it's just like, if this is how you're going to be, then you guys can't be together, and you need to have worked this out beforehand, or you just need to end it now, because it's getting past a point of repair, for one. Like, now all of Ericka's friends have a perception of Stephanie, and it's really hard to change that perception once you've had it. Friends and family don't forgive as easily as people that are in the moment do.
Especially in first impressions, like that's the first time you're meeting them, and so that's what I wanted to jump into. So we're meeting Ericka's friends, and we meet Adam, and Stephanie's not even there for even 10 minutes. I think about like any party you've gone to. You go to a party, you settle in, yeah, you get your drink, and you like mingle with people. But she was there for like 10 minutes, gets her drink, sees that Adam is like hugging on Ericka, gets jealous, and then sits down and automatically is like, "So, do you have feelings for her? Like, what's your intent, basically?" And he's like, "Well, like, what are you talking about?" And they tried to explain their side, and I thought that Stephanie was having a hard time understanding, like, "Hey, it was no big deal. Like, maybe we made out a couple of times, but it wasn't a thing." You know what I mean?
This is the confusing part for me. In my vocabulary, hooking up
is having sex.
Is having sex. And they're making it seem like, when Stephanie said it, that was my first thought was, oh, she's had sex with her other friends. And then they're like, oh, we made out a few times since I've slept over at his house. So I'm like, so how much is this?
Yeah, I mean, and are we saying two different things? Did you guys just make out, or did you guys sleep together? Because Stephanie or Ericka is saying that they just kissed 2 times, right? But Stephanie's saying that they hooked up. So yeah. I mean, it all
unless
depends
Stephanie's
on how
definition of hooked up is different.
Right. Fair. That's fair. But we see that her Ericka's friends come to her rescue and kind of defend her a little bit. And we see that Stephanie sits down with Adam and Paige and Adam is really trying to give like a different viewpoint, but Stephanie's really not trying to hear it. Long story short, guess what? Stephanie calls her friend Heather, tells her like a snippet of what happened, not like the whole thing, which I thought was interesting. And guess what happened? She leaves the party.
Sorry, someone in the chat said hello to Steven, so I was showing him. Salwonk was
Hi, Steven.
But yeah, no, I agree. Like, the friends are, I don't understand why Stephanie, I feel like she should have more common sense than this. You can feel however you want to feel. I don't disagree with that she's uncomfortable with the situation, because, everyone has their own comfortability, and maybe that's something you're not comfortable with, but why would you go to a function with all of her friends who are obviously, they all know how this runs. It was said that more than just them two have hooked up.
Yep.
And you're going to present yourself in this way and be like, well, I don't understand it. It's like, no one's going to be on your side here.
But at the same time, too, would you do that at a party, Brie? Like,
That's what I'm saying. Like, why even bring it up?
Like, take that back and be private and have a conversation like, hey, I didn't like that you said this. I didn't like that he put his arms around you. Whatever the case may be, have that a private moment. But what I thought was interesting is that as soon as Stephanie brought it up in the moment, Stephanie's face, I was like, oh, she's pissed. She's done. Like, you could see it all over her face. She didn't even have to say anything. And even when Stephanie went to like confront her in the kitchen or wherever they were, and she wasn't making eye contact, I was like, yeah, because she's done. She's done with the nonsense. And I feel the same way. Like, we're talking about the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
If you say that you want to talk about it, communicate about it, and move past it, then that's what you should do.
Exactly. It's like, either you can get past it or you can't. And if you can't, then you can't be in this relationship, and we just need to end it now. But you can't have that same fight over and over and over again. And I feel for Ericka, because this is supposed to be the happy time. Like, this is the first time you guys are meeting. There shouldn't be just this constant fighting. And you guys should be happy to be seeing each other. And I don't even feel like since the get-go, like in the first day, there felt like tension already. It doesn't feel like we've ever had a moment where they were just zenfully happy with each other.
Yeah, not at all. Not at all. And she's been there for what, over a week? And it's just been fighting the whole time. It's crazy to me.
And I feel bad for Ericka because she's probably been talking to her friends about how excited she was. They were probably excited for her, and then for this to be the realization, like, it's tough. And you know, Ericka, the one thing that Ericka does that I don't agree with is she walks away all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But at this point, like, if now I can understand her walking away. The first couple times I was kind of like, okay, you need to stay and figure it out. But then now I'm like, what do you do?
Yeah, but the also problem that I have too is that I feel like when Ericka talks to Stephanie, she's really actually talking and wanting to resolve it. But I think Stephanie stays in her head, and instead of saying, "Hey, I'm going to have a adult conversation with you," she freaks out, gets in her feelings, gets defensive, and doesn't really hear it. So then it becomes a fight, which is what she really said when she was in the kitchen and she's like, "Oh, now I'm the bad guy and I'm yelling at you." Well, yeah, you are. Like, take it down a notch. But at the same time, that's got to be intimidating for her because she's in a country that she's never been to before with a bunch of people that she's never met before. And now she's acting up according to them, you know?
Yeah, it's not to get predictioning, it's just not going to work. And Stephanie needs to go work on herself because she obviously has a lot of issues with intimacy and trust, and until she figures that out, I don't think she'll be with anybody.
Yeah, agreed. Let's move on to Usman and Lisa. So we know from last week that Lisa bought Mommy, and I'm going to call her Mommy because it was super irritating this whole time that she was calling this grown woman Mommy, and she's like in her 50s. Bought the goat, had the full-on Husa dressing, and went to meet with Muhammad, which we know is Usman's brother, just to get him on their side and to try to get this blessing. They go to lunch, and the brother's looking at Usman like, you know that this is going to be really hard to do. I'll do my very best, but I don't think so. What I thought was so funny, and not funny, but just like hard to watch, is when Usman was telling his brother, like, you know, I really want to go to America. It's going to be a better life for me, all of this stuff. But then Lisa's like, no, well, we really love each other. And I wouldn't have traveled halfway across the world for anyone, but I'll travel anywhere for him. I was like, oh, so she's making it all about love and he's making it about coming to America.
Yeah. I wonder, though, if it's the culture. Like, I wonder if she was instructed, because when Angela goes there, she also refers to Michael's mother as mom. Maybe it's maybe it's because it's the mom me part.
Maybe. I don't know.
And obviously, there's been a lot of comparisons between Lisa and Angela.
Yeah, a lot. It might be like a respect thing. I'm gonna ask my mom because I know that it's definitely with your elders you call them, you know, auntie and uncle, but I don't know about mom and dad.
I mean, and obviously, I don't know, if it was a younger woman, we probably wouldn't be having as much of an issue with it. But the fact that they're almost the same age does make it a bit.
Yeah, a huge thing. So, mom's not convinced. Mom still says, nah, nope, nah, I'm not into it. Lisa goes to the mosque and thinks that if she spends time with Mommy, that things will change. Lisa thought that they had a bond in the mosque. The mom was like, no.
The mom was probably like, cool, you came here.
Yeah, exactly, right? Mom's like, no, you're not his mate and you're too old. But what I thought was so funny is that Usman didn't translate that. And he tried to translate it like, oh, she's not, you know, she doesn't think. Yes. I was like, you're backpedaling right now.
Geek Girl in the comments is also saying the same thing. Love how Usman didn't translate that Lisa is too old. So they're on the same page.
Yeah.
I mean, he knows, though. He knows how Lisa reacts. And he probably is like, I don't want her going off on my mom.
Yeah. So the only thing that I wanted to ask you about is, okay, so the mom is not happy that she's American, that she's old, that she's not Nigerian, that they met on a live chat or in chat, and that the mom thinks that she's not his mate. But the mom also thinks that if he comes to America, he's going to be like a servant or like a slave. And I'm like, okay. Like, I get all the other stuff that you're worried about, but You think he's gonna be slave for real, for real?
I mean, maybe. I don't know. Um, I don't know. Obviously, I've never been to Nigeria. You can speak better than this than I can. Uh, I don't know, like what kind of thoughts they have. I know obviously there is, obviously, an American history there, and there still is where we.
Yeah, and there's that. And sorry if I cut you off, but there's that. But there's also like we're in 2020, and I haven't been to Nigeria specifically, but I've been to Africa many times, and I know that there's still progressive thinking. So I don't know, maybe because it's a small town that she's from, that she still is worried for her son. I don't know. You guys sound off in the live chat. Let us know what you think about that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree that there should be like some sort of worry because obviously even with Jay we saw the worry, and with Jay there was right to be worried because then it came to fruition when they were
Yeah.
getting married. So I don't doubt that she is probably worried, and maybe there's a translation thing that's not happening right too. We don't know.
Yeah, you're right. All right, David. So David and Lana. David's wanted to marry Lana for 7+ years. He wakes up, she's online. They have a small, brief chat. I didn't know why he didn't see the red flag that I saw. So she's like, good morning, good morning. And as soon as he says that he's in her hometown, and do you want to meet up for lunch or dinner, all of a sudden her internet is bad because she's not communicating as quickly. Pause, pause, pause. He gives a shout out saying, oh, she has slow internet or slow connection. And then finally she responds, she says, okay, dear. And she closes the chat right away. You don't think that's a red flag? Like, you didn't get any specific details. You didn't say 2 o'clock, 5 o'clock. You didn't say, like, let's meet here. You're just like, hey, let's do this at maybe this time or maybe that time.
Linda,
It just,
if this man hasn't seen a red flag to this point, you think he's gonna notice that? He opened that chat. That was the menial. She didn't give an excuse as to why she didn't show up. He's come to this country now multiple times. She's never met up with him. She's made up excuses over and over again. This time she didn't even make an excuse of why she didn't come. She just didn't come. And he acted elated. He was like, oh my god, if everything is forgiven, I'm back in love, we're gonna have a fair... Like, this man is delusional at this point about what's happening. And
yeah.
he's not gonna see any red flag. Like, if she tomorrow, like, he goes back to America and never sees her, and she tomorrow says, I still want to make this work, there's a large part of me that's like, he's gonna still try to make it work and still do stuff.
Yeah, I felt okay. So there was a lot. There's so much I wanted to unpack. So he goes to the flower store, gets 9 roses, and I was like, well, what's the significance of 9?
I know. I thought he was gonna be like for the something like they've only
I
been together
thought, like,
7 years.
Yeah, 7 for 7 years or whatever, but like 9, not 12. Like, what does that even mean? And then when he gets there, he orders the champagne. He's nervous, so he like takes off his shirt, changes his shirt, puts cologne on. And sits there for hours and hours and hours, and it was so. I wanted to be mad at him, Brie, but at the same time, I felt sorry for him, and I felt sorry for him because, like, are you honestly this gullible? And like, you look like you actually thought she was going to show up this time. You actually thought that you guys were going to have your first date. And when he said, even if she shows up just for 5 minutes, it'd be like worth it. Are you serious?
I'm just like, okay, there's a couple things, and like they are saying this in the chat, and I agree. David doesn't have her phone number, and he thinks he's in a relationship. Like, I agree 100% with that. You're with someone for 7 years; they will not give you their phone number.
Yeah.
But on top of that, the thing that made me more sad, honestly, than watching this play out, this was just more pathetic to me. Not to be too mean to David, but it was. The sad part to me was that when the restaurant owner grabbed the flowers, and she's like, "This happens all the time."
Yeah. Yeah, because she knows that the scam is on, and she's seen it before, been there, done that. She got some beautiful flowers, and I'm sure that's not the only time she ever got these beautiful flowers. It was really sad. I felt bad for him. And I don't know if it's because, like, I think it's like an age thing where he just really seems like he's desperate to have love. And he's so invested in this because 7 years.
But as we talked about last time, he's dated 100 of Ukrainian women, and he's been engaged multiple times. So
True.
is he too? He could have. I feel like he could have had a woman by now. Maybe he's too picky, or maybe
It's a pride thing. He wants this one specifically. I don't know, but it was hard to watch. It was really, and you know what? I'm almost sick of it at this point too, because this is not the first, not the second, not the third, not the fourth. Like, she's stood you up each and every time. When do you put your foot down and be like, hey,
yeah.
you know what? I'm not going to be made a fool of anymore. I'm going to move on.
And you've made it completely easy. Like, you not only came to Ukraine, you went to her hometown. You are doing all of this. And she's not showing up. Like, there's that saying that you have to take people for who they show you that they are. And she's shown you. She's shown you time and time again. And just take it. Like, stop trying to find her. She doesn't want to be found. She's not where she says she is. She's probably not even who she says she is. She probably looks nothing like that photo. Just let it go. Move on with your life, David. Let's stop it.
Yep. Young Speaker in the live chat has a question. Says, but has David seen Lana by video but no audio? Young Speaker, no. They've
Just
never
photo.
they've never chatted, they've never videoed, they've only contacted each other on this website where he has to actually pay to talk to her. So no.
He has to pay to talk to her. She's given him photos because he pays for the photos, and that is it.
That's it. It's a lost cause for sure. Joanne, Piera, it's a lost cause. Let's move on to Ashton Avery. So we see them driving. They're going to go snorkeling. She freaks out about the spider thing. He doesn't want her to kill the spider. She kills the spider. They have a moment. But what her big thing is that she constantly wanted to communicate with him, and she wanted to talk about new clients or how he's interacting with his current clients. So she saw that he had 68 text messages on his phone, wasn't impressed by that. And after they went snorkeling, confronted him, and he kind of like stumbled. And when it got awkward for these two is when he said he was single right now. And then he tried to backtrack it and stumbled on his words. And he's like, no, but I have you. You're in my life right now. And I was like, okay, so there's something going on there. Not sure exactly what it is, but something is going on there. Like, I don't think he feels like he's in a relationship with her. I think he feels like he's testing to see if they're compatible. And she feels like they've been in a relationship. And therefore, even with his job, he should always be like, hey, I'm in a relationship. If you're flirting with me, hey, I'm in a relationship with Avery. Hey, I'm taken. And he tried to mention how he posted a photo on Facebook and Instagram, and she's like, well, yeah, but if they don't go there, how are they going to know that we're in a relationship?
I mean, yeah, but there's weird stuff happening on his end, obviously. But, like, also, she obviously, same thing with Stephanie, has these trust issues that seem to... Because if you're in a relationship and you know someone's in a relationship who worked with women, you should be able to trust them. And she obviously doesn't. So I don't know... what the history there is with her completely. We know a little bit about her history. But she does not trust him. She's broken up with him multiple times. They say that this whole thing where he, like, showed her the text messages to prove that, look, I told her no, caused a breakup. This is another couple where I'm just like, what is the end result here? Like, there seems to be, like, some sort of barrier between the two of you. He doesn't know what's going on, I guess, with the two of you, even though he wants to come to America with his son. You don't trust anything, no matter what he says and does, so how is this going to work?
Well, to me, it just seems very, like, the best way I can describe it, the analogy I can use is very, like, the typical, stereotypical used car salesman, where, like, they're schmoozing you all the time, but it's, like, all surface stuff. And she seems to me like trying to get past that. Like, she's trying to get past the BS talk and let's really talk, right? And he doesn't really want to go there. He just wants it to be all fluff, like, hey, this is my American girlfriend. We're going to go away for the weekend. We're going to have a great time. We'll have lots of sex. We'll go snorkeling and have a picnic, and it's all lovey-dovey. And she's like, no, but I want to get down to the nitty-gritty. Like, if you come here, how are we going to blend our families? Is your ex going to be okay with it? Do you tell people that we are in a relationship? And if you don't, why not? And do you think we're in do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that, those are two different views. And what I think is interesting is even though she's not the relationship coach, she's the one that's trying to like drive the real deal because she's only there for 3 weeks. So when she called him out on his body language and he's like, oh no, it's just me taking a more serious tone. I was like, no, she's really taking a look at you and watching you and seeing that like you're responding in a defensive mode.
But, to play devil's advocate, because, again, I do think there's something fishy with him, but just to play devil's advocate, if all of these past things are true about how she reacts to things, I could see him wanting to test the waters and seeing how they feel out before he makes these big decisions, because I don't want to be with somebody that's going to consistently be testing me and be breaking up with me either.
Yeah, but then why continue to test them? Why not just have an adult conversation with them? Because you guys are both adults.
Yeah, that's a valid point. I just think both of them don't seem to add up, and I don't understand. I don't see this relationship panning out.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with them. I feel like they physically connect and they physically are attracted to each other, but I don't know if beyond that, like communicating is gonna like they communicate at the same way. I don't know if that's gonna be issue or not, but it seems to be an issue right now. Yolanda is the other one that just
Yeah, everyone in the chat's going off about both, like, who's more, kind of desperate. Yeah, David or Yolanda, or who's more gullible. Also, Kristen said David and Yolanda would make the perfect couple. And they both live in Vegas, Monica pointed out, so.
Man. Okay, so Yolanda meets with her daughter, Kara, who we already know that Williams is not real. We've known that since day one. Some Nigerian account. Yolanda, for some reason, cannot get out of her mind that it's not him. So she's making all the excuses for him. His account was hacked. She tells Kara that she's being threatened for money for her private pictures, as well as they have her home address, personal information, and that they'll come and harm the family if she doesn't pay. And Kara thinks this whole thing is a scam. She doesn't think that they're ever going to hear from Williams, quote unquote, again. And she's just like kind of upset with her mom for being so gullible. And here's the thing, Brie, I cannot take another excuse from Yolanda. Like, I cannot. Like, you think, oh, you know him so well. You're the same person. You're like David. You all never have video chat. Maybe you guys talked on the phone, but even when you talked on the phone, you didn't realize that his accent wasn't a British accent.
It's the first thing I thought. I was like, that's not British. That was the first thought I had as soon as we heard his voice.
I don't get it. And you said you talked for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. Like, wait, what? Even if you don't travel, if you watch any type of TV, you know what a British accent sounds like. I don't care where you are in the world.
Like, either it's true what, the reports are and that she's just putting this fake show on for this so she can get publicity for a book. Either that's true.
Yeah.
Or you're the most gullible person ever. And I honestly just want her daughter to look at her and be like, if the role was reversed, what would you say to me?
Right. And she even said that. She's like, my mom didn't raise us to be this way. Right. So she was surprised about, because even the mom tried to lie about, oh, I just sent him regular pictures.
And the daughter knew.
So, yeah.
No one sitting emailing you threatening to do stuff for you or leak photos of you that are just regular photos.
Exactly.
No one's doing that.
I want to shout out Jude. Jude is in the live chat, said Yolanda and David are insulting our intelligence enough. Agreed. They really are. I don't know. The other thing I was thinking about, we're like 9 episodes in and she hasn't even traveled yet. Like, is she actually even going to go anywhere?
No, she's not going to go. Because we saw the preview for next week, again, not to get spoilery and stuff here, but we saw the preview. We know that they're going to do the backtrack on the photos. She'll probably still come up with some excuse. I don't even know if these people will be on the tell-all.
Yeah, I mean, I'm done with her.
It's just like, we can't have storylines like this. We can't, like... There's no
And I
one this
mean,
gullible. There's no one this gullible.
I gotta tell you, Caesar, the previous couple of seasons, he was for shock value because we were all like, "Oh, I can't believe." But you can't have two in the same season. So now there's three
Right
of
after
them,
the Caesar season too.
and one of them has paid like over $100,000. Like, I cannot. Like, we can't just keep watching because we know that these people are not going to show up. Like, it's outrageous. Moving on. You have something?
Oh no, I was just gonna say I just feel bad for her kids because I can't imagine trying to like talk my mom out of something. I'd be like, her daughter's face says it all. Her daughter's face says everything.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I wouldn't be able to hold my tongue, but that's just me. So, Darcey. Darcey, this was interesting again. We're not seeing a whole lot of Darcey in this season, but we're getting snippets of her.
Yeah, they're really drawing that out.
Yeah. So we already know that Tom is with something else, which she's blocked him. She's cried about it. She's ready to go home. She gets back to Connecticut and meets up with Stacy. Tells Stacy it didn't go good. He's looking for someone to love him the way he wants to be loved. She cries. Stacy cries. Keep positive. She wants to know why this keeps happening to her. She feels lonely. She wants love. Stacy says you'll find love. And honestly, that's the gist of it.
Yeah.
That's the gist of it.
Like, I mean, this story with Darcey again, like, it's just another one of those storylines that I feel like it's being dragged out. I don't know why. We already know they're not together. What is the end result that we're getting here? And, you know, even the preview next week, we see that it's still, he goes there to talk to her again. I think Linda froze for a little bit, but we'll keep going, guys. So you can let me know in the chat what you think of it. But, like, it's the same deal over and over again. It's the crying. It's the, I can't believe this is happening to me. And, like, Tom is definitely being an asshole.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's like, why, again, like, I'm going into the preview thing, but it's like, now we're having him, I just said, well, I don't know if you heard because you were a bit frozen on my end, Linda, but him going now in this next episode, we're going to see him going, apparently, to her house in Connecticut. It's like, why? Like, why? Just be done with each other.
Yeah, just be done. And don't tell us, the viewers, that you're still in love with her, that you love Darcey. Because you just said that you didn't love her and that she couldn't love you the way that you wanted to be loved. So, like, what is this about right now? Like, what?
Yeah.
She's already blocked you. So now you're just showing up unannounced. And by the way, guys, I don't like that. Never show up unannounced to my house because the door will not be opening. Do you want to do some shout outs from the live chat? Because we've got like over 100 people in the live chat.
Yes, guys, we have about, it says 118 right now. You guys are all amazing. We enjoy having you come in every single week with us. We love having you here and having your input. They're saying a lot about, you know, Darcey is a broken record. Darcey is a therapist. You know, we agree. She deserves better, but she does need to take care of herself and work through it because we can't have the same storyline going over and over again. But guys, every time you come in, we love having you here. Like I said, we could really use your support, though. Really give us those thumbs up. Right now we're at 12 likes in here. We have 126 people just shot up. If you guys could all hit that like button right now, we can get that to over 100 likes. It really helps us out. We're trying really hard during this quarantine time period to still be bringing you this show every week, to still be bringing you all the after shows that you enjoy so that you can have your distractions and enjoyment and we can chat with you. But to do that, giving us a thumbs up, subscribing to our channel, it really does help us. If you're on iTunes right now listening to us, giving us those 5 stars and a comment, everything helps us out, guys, and we really appreciate it, and we appreciate you, and thank you for being here.
Yes. So I'm just going to throw out some names. I'm going to call you out. So Radella, Joanne, Brenda, Darlene, Garcilla. I'm expecting some likes and subscribes up there. Geek Girl. Hey, Geek Girl. Brenda B. and M. Allison, Kristen, Brenda B. And then I thought I saw Selwonk in here.
Selwonk was in here. And then Graciela just said thumbs up is done for me. Thank you, Graciela.
Awesome. Lucy, Najar, Young Speaker, all of you guys, we love you guys so much and we thank you. And you guys make the show so much fun with all the interactions, some of your predictions. I want to shout out New Beginnings as well. She contacts me on Twitter and she gives me the 411 all the time. So shout out to her.
Shout out to
Oh,
Jude Is, just gave us $2 in our super chat. Thank you, Jude Is.
thanks, Jude. We love you. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for being in our live chat. We are going to jump into some news and gossip.
Let me hit this button really quick, Linda.
AfterBuzz TV News.
Oh, guys, 90 day. So let's just jump in with Soulja Boy. So, guys, the rumor, and I'm sure you guys have heard it for the past week or so, but apparently Soulja Boy has a daughter. And someone dug up his Twitter post from June of 2017. It says, "Happy birthday to you, my beautiful daughter. Hashtag Instastar. May Allah SWA protect you and guide you." And ... And he goes to a photo, and we get to the photo. And what I think is so interesting, you guys, is this: she looks like a grown ass woman.
Yeah.
So in the photo, it says "my daughter," and it has a kissy emoji and the love emoji, and she looks grown. Like, she looks like she's the same age as Soulja Boy. So,
this person does not look like his daughter.
so I'm confused. And if y'all know anything more than this, because she looks grown, they look like they could be.
Does daughter mean something else?
Right, and that's what they say in the comment. Does daughter mean something else where Soulja Boy is from? Because I mean, I don't know. Y'all let us know, but that's a grown-ass daughter. Big Ed. Big Ed is making the news as well. And Big Ed and Rosemary are both making news for separate reasons. But Big Ed is making news because someone dug up his profile, and it's a dating profile. And give me a sec, guys. I have to pull it up. Here it is. And he makes no shame, no hidden, like, hey, different name. This is Big Ed, is his profile picture. I hope you can laugh and enjoy life. He talks about being an interior designer, having a master's degree, which I did not know, divorce. He wants a relationship. He's seeking someone long term. When it talks about like attributes, he calls himself athletic. So take it for what it is. So brown eyes, black hair, male, athletic body, Christian and Caucasian.
How tall did he say he really was on the show? I'm trying to remember from that first episode.
He's 4'11".
So he's still lying. So this says 5'2".
Yeah. So 4'11", still lying. About me, he says, and he calls himself Eddie in this. I love life and people who are positive and can laugh and have fun. I'm an interior designer, professional photographer, and soon to be a reality star. Dun, dun, dun. Soon to be a reality star, you guys. So what I thought was interesting is about this is that, you know, he did an interview earlier, or I should say late last week, because we're now on Wednesday, and he basically spilled the beans. So the interviewer was asking him, had he seen the interview with Rose and people talking about how she's engaged? And he's like, yeah, I did see that. And he's like, I don't know if I believe it, but I did see it. And right away he got shut down by the publicist. He got shut down by TLC. Like, can we move past these questions? So, guys, I don't think this couple is together. I think that it's a one and done and it's wrapped. And again, this is a big leak from this season. What do you think, Brie?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, just even the way that they've been interacting,
Yeah.
Even if he was 100% pure, if like there was never these like weird things going on with her and him, for his sake, then I would have hoped that they didn't stay together, because I don't think that he can handle what she needs and she can't obviously handle what he needs. But now, knowing everything we know now from the season and like all the awkward moments between the two of them, there's no chemistry. Like, there's no need for them to be together.
Yes, agreed. Lisa, oh baby girl Lisa. So someone leaked DM between Lisa and this young police officer, and looks like she's flirting with this young police officer. She says, "Why are you single? You're absolutely gorgeous. Great personality. He says, "Glad you reached out. Thank you." And she says,
Thank
"Thank
you,
you, baby
baby
love."
love.
Yes. Sorry to hear that as well. Talk to you soon. So the rumor has it is that she's been flirting online with this guy. He's younger. He's a police officer, and that she is no longer her and this is solidifying that her and Usman are no longer together. The question is, who leaked this? Because if this is a DM, it could only be either her or this police officer. So people are questioning.
Or if the police officer has a wife or something and she's doing it. Who knows?
Who knows? But that's the question people are saying. Like, if this was a DM, like, why is this out there? And it's just solidifying to everyone that this relationship has long been over. We already told you guys back in our news and gossip months ago that they got married back in September or October of last year. It lasted a couple of months, and they're done. And
These two have had the biggest leaks and it's their own faults. um,
yes,
like how Lisa has gone off so many times, so I'm not surprised at all that another thing about them came out, and I I just don't understand. Like then she backtracks and she tries to make us think, no, 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 we are together. Like you guys, this is my husband. Da, 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 da. Why are we pretending anymore at this point?
right. And like, why are we pretending? And speaking of that, which is funny because in that same breath, she's out there defending Soulja Boy. So there's a post by Soulja Boy on his Instagram account that said, "I'm seriously sick. Please, I need your prayers," and emojis and all of that. And then people online, because we've been quarantined, came to the conclusion that he has COVID-19. And she went on her stories today and said, "Let me squash these crazy ass bloggers right damn now. Usman is sick, but to state he has coronavirus, hellfire to each of you who report such shit. I'm still BGL and still ain't putting up with y'all bullshit." I love how classy she talks.
Wait, BGL.
Baby
Baby
girl,
girl
Lisa.
Lisa. Okay, sorry. I don't know why that took me a second. I was like, BGL. I thought she was trying to say, like, I'm still the biggest whatever in town, or I was, like, trying to figure it out. One, were the comments that you saw at all about him being sick bad? Like, were they being, like, serves you right for getting coronavirus? Like,
No.
or was it concern?
The concern was like, "Hey, you're sick, get well soon." But people were like, "Oh, are you sick? Did you get the coronavirus? Did you get the coronavirus? Do you have COVID-19?" Like, they were asking rather
Yeah, they
than
were
just
concerned.
saying.
So why are you
than,
mad? This is my thing over and over again with Lisa. Why are you so mad? Like,
no one knows. No one knows. But in that same breath, I also wanted to mention, so just before we went on air, Bree, Soulja Boy did an interview, and I'm trying Breakfast Club AM, and basically said that he was stuck in the relationship, he got trapped into it, that he never really wanted it, but they were talking online. She made this trip to Nigeria, and then he had applied to the 90-Day Fiance franchise thing. She came over and she was basically forcing him to get married, and that he said literally that she was too old for him, that he wants to have a baby. And basically, like, if she's down, then she can be wife number 4, but he wants to have a baby. And so there's that. I was like, oh, you're spilling all the tea right now? The season's not even over? Okay.
yeah,
Quarantine life.
I don't. I mean, this tell-all, whenever they have it, which I know you got some tea on that later, but whenever they have this tell-all, I need all of this to come up.
For real. All
All
of
of it.
With the receipts, Bree. With the video.
I need
so that
no
you can't.
I need no tiptoeing.
Yes. With the receipts, so you can't say, "No, I never said that." So if y'all have, and I have my screen grabs, and I have
got
my
my
video,
screen grabs. We've got them all.
let's just do it properly, guys. Let's do it properly. We're all quarantined. We can't be fooling around
You know
anymore.
what? We won't have. They never have a live audience. It's one of the things that has been brought up about their tell-all, that we should have a live audience so that it can make it more entertaining and people can chime in. Let's open it up. If it's a digital tell-all, can we open it up to have? Can we come on? Can we ask some questions?
Right. And blame the audience. Blame the audience for asking the hard questions. I'll take that.
Yeah.
Darcey. Darcey has a new man, guys. Darcey's man, Giorgio Rusev, 32, from Bulgaria. He's a model, massage therapist, and he has a celebrity clientele, which includes Vanessa Williams, Cece Peniston, and apparently these two are like hot and heavy, showing up before quarantine to different red carpets, being all lovey-dovey, lots of PDA. I was going to say PDNA because I'm crazy. Lots of PDA, and what people are saying is, who is this guy? And what is he about? Well, guess what, guys? If you have $150, you can hire him if you live in DC, Maryland, or Virginia. He's $150 an hour. He'll come to your house. He'll meet you in a hotel, and he will rub you down. And
Yep.
that is Darcey's boyfriend.
And the one thing that we have now, at least for this one, is that he lives in America.
And he lives in America.
No long distance on this one.
So we'll see what happens. They're fairly new.
Sorry, I literally just said no long distance for this one, but then I was like, but wait, then there's the rumors that she lives in LA.
Yeah, she does live in LA, and so maybe it's a little bit of a different kind of long distance, but at least she's in the same continent now.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? So I think that's interesting. Moving on. Last week we reported on this 90-day con, kind of like Comic-Con. It was a big thing. It was blowing up. A lot of the cast members were trying to get involved. A lot of like online bloggers, including Friday by TLC, were like jumping on the bandwagon and like excited about it. Turns out that this got shut down. So I'm just going to read it so that you guys know exactly what I'm saying. Many are asking me what happened to 90 Day Con. What I know is that Discovery Communications, the parent network of TLC, came after him for trademark issues and shut it down. When I know more information about a rebranding or if they're able to find a way to do it anyway, I will repost. I know I'm disappointed too. And basically, she goes on to say that they shut down because a lot of the talent is still under contract and under NDAs. And so with all of the shows, and guys, there's so many of them now, right? The Pillow Talk, the What Now, Before the 90 Days, The Other Way, 90 Day Fiance, all of them, they're all under NDAs now. And so Discovery
and those NDAs
is like,
don't end when the shows end.
That's correct. So whoever had this great idea, I thought it was a great idea, but guys, looks like it's not going to be a thing unless Discovery makes it a thing.
I'm surprised that someone would try to put on something like this without getting the permission of Discovery first, because all of the cons that go around the world, like, they have contracts and permissions from the, even Comic-Con, and each individual panel has to have a permission from whatever company owns them, whatever studio owns them. It seemed kind of foolish to think that they could have done this without getting that permission.
Yeah. But I mean, maybe they'll try to rebrand and get the permission, or maybe Discovery will do it on their own. Real quick, I wanted to do two more things. Looks like after last night's episode, Stephanie and Ash were a little bit in their feelings, and Stephanie deactivated her Instagram account, and Ash is taking a step back from social media. Ash says, "Everyone, thank you for the support and the great messages received. The events of the past 8 weeks hit me today. I was not in any way prepared for the intensity of what the show, both good and bad, brought to me. I'm of the mindset to not give up, but that took a turn today, and I'm taking a few weeks off of social media for my mental health. Love you all." And then Stephanie goes on to say, "Before tonight's episode, I want to strongly encourage people to abstain from leaving any hate on Ericka or Adam's social media. Adam has a close relationship with Ericka, which obviously made me feel some way, and that is my problem and not his. Leaving someone hate on social media, calling him names, etc., will not make me, you, or Ericka feel better or change anything. I intend on watching, learning, and trying to better myself." So, guys, I don't think they realized what they signed up for. I didn't think they realized like how great the 90 Day Fiance fans are, and how sleuth they are, and how opinionated they are. But the thing is, it's 90 days. Where you been? It's not season 1. You know that this is a thing, and it's like a big family, whether it's functional or dysfunctional. We're all a big family here. What do you think, Brie?
Um, I mean, I agree. I don't think that there's any reason to give anyone hate on their page. Like, I don't agree with going to someone's page just to yell at them. I feel like if you don't like them, just don't follow them, don't interact with them. I think taking a step back from social media is the smartest decision you can make, rather than trying to fight back with people, because that's just never going to work. So, I'm actually really surprised that Adam has gotten hate.
Yeah, because I'm surprised by that too.
Like, I don't understand why people would be mad at him.
Yeah.
Like, he literally did nothing. He
Yeah,
handled it
agreed.
super well. He just kind of, like, let her know the truth. He's like, this is how we are, this is who she is, and if you can't get on board with it seems like you have some jealousy issues, then I don't know how you guys are going to work out. Like, I don't understand that at all, but I think it's smart. I think it's smart for both of them to take the step back, because they're probably two of the, no, I guess not most controversial, but like they're the two that are like getting the most questions as to why are you in these relationships when obviously you have these things going on.
Absolutely. And guys, some quarantine news. Turns out that the 90-day fiance before the 90-day tell-all is scheduled for May 1st. So we're hoping that either that means they're all coming back together, the world's opening up again by May 1st, or they're probably going to do something like this where it's all remote. And perhaps because the quarantine 90 days is working well, that they realize that they can do something like that for the tell-all. But the tell-all is taped for May 1st, you guys. So we'll see how that pans out. We'll definitely make sure that we keep you in the loop and let you know what's happening.
And just so you know, Monica Valencia in the chat said Stephanie's social media is back.
Ooh, well,
so that was short-lived.
Half-day break. A half-day break. Want to get into some quick predictions, Brie?
Yeah, let me throw this bumper.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
All right. So, just based on what I saw for the preview this week, I don't watch the hour preview that you get of the next episode, but just the little short preview that we see. Obviously, we're going to find out who's behind the door. I don't think that it is Lana. Or, if it's Lana, it's the real Lana, the catfish Lana, which might be a man, who knows. But it's definitely not her in the form that she looks like, or it's not her at all, and just a fake address that she gave him. Yolanda, obviously we're going to get her backtracking these photos, and we're going to see who what we found out week 1, that this is a model that lives in Italy. And maybe this, I'm not convinced, Linda, but maybe this will be the last straw for her. Maybe that will convince her. But I'm not 100% convinced. And then I think, Tom's just going to make things worse. He's going to go over there, try to, like, what I wanted to say to you, but, like, Darcey, take her or leave her, whether you love her, whether you hate her, the one thing you have to agree upon is that she is who she is, and he should know this too, that she's not going to listen to you anymore. Once she's made up her mind about something, it's really hard for you to get through to her in any other way, and she's made up her mind at this point, and you've done some stuff that's not cool, and you need to accept that. So if you want to send her an apology, maybe write her a nice letter.
There you go. Send her a card.
So that those are my predictions for those ones. Stephanie, Ericka, Ashton Avery, I think that they just need to end, split up. It's not going to work with either of you. And who am I missing? I'm missing somebody.
Did you mention? Yeah, you did. You did everyone.
Oh, and Big Ed and them. It's not going to work. Another one, trust issues, but also you guys have zero chemistry. Everything is awkward. You're treating her not the best.
Yeah, not just that, Brie. When I saw the little preview where he's bringing her mouthwash and toothpaste and telling her she has stinky breath, I was like, oh, it's a wrap.
Oh my God, I didn't see that.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
really,
okay.
really bad.
Okay. Someone needs to teach Big Ed how. I know it's been a while, Big Ed. Someone needs to teach you how you interact with a woman if you want to be with her. This is not how it is.
It's not at all.
Ugh.
Big hug, Rachel Lee, back at you. My predictions, I think Varya's mom and brother are going to say, no go. You're not going anywhere. You're not going to be in America. You need to end this relationship. I think that Ericka's going to break up with Stephanie. Stephanie's going to have a breakdown while she's still in Australia, and it's going to be super awkward. I don't know if they're going to last the distance. Usman and Elisa, considering that we already know all the spoilers, the mom's going to finally break down and give the blessings, and we're going to see a preview of the wedding. I think that David, when he opens the door, it's going to be... Here's the thing that I'm a little confused about, because normally they just say David, 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 but when he was sitting at the restaurant, they put David and Lana as the lower third. So that threw me off. It threw me off. So I thought, like, oh, so are we actually going to meet the Lana? And maybe it's not Lana who is in the picture, but it's Lana who's been communicating with them. Maybe.
Regardless, I mean, like, sorry to cut you off. Just going on to that Lana thing for one quick second. If it is her, she has already clearly stated that she wants to meet with him for the photo so she can get to America. So
yeah, and the money. That's it.
So if it is her, that's the only reason.
That's it. Ashton Avery, I think that there's going to be a big reveal. I'm not sure what it is, but I think that Avery's going to be able to pull out from Ash something that she's been trying to hide, something that he's been trying to hide from her, or not hide, but not just be so open about. And whether that has to do with his ex-wife and his kid or his business, there's something that's going to be a big reveal. And then I don't have any predictions for Yolanda because I'm over her. Yolanda Williams is not a real thing. And I hope that your daughter, Kara, says to you, we're done. I'm taking your computer away. And
You've
you're
lost
done.
your privileges.
That's it.
Oh, and you said something about Ash and Avery that made me think, you know what? I wonder. I'm thinking maybe Ash hasn't told. I don't know if it's all of it, but part of it I think is that Ash has not even breached with his ex-wife moving to America.
It's something. Brie, it's something, because it's all too rosy, and it's not really rosy. Mm-hmm. Guys, we love having you here. There was so much. Thank you for quarantining and 90-daying with us. Make sure you like, subscribe. You check out our 90 Day News Weekly. We're not having it this week, guys, but we will be back next week. And Bree does our 90-day news daily, and she'll be back as soon as possible.
Yes.
In the meantime, you can find me all across social media at Linda So Girly.
You guys can find me at Bree, BRI_Phipps, PHIPPS, and just make sure to go follow both. Stacy does a great job with 90 Day Fiance News Now. I believe, right, Linda, that's the handle?
Yep.
So go follow her. She always is on top of all the news there. And then for all my videos and little tidbits here and there, make sure to follow 90 Day Buzz Daily with 2 Ys on the end of the daily there too. Because as soon as I'm back with those updates daily, that's where you'll find those videos.
Awesome, guys. Till next week, we'll see you.
Bye.
Bye.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Yeah. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.